Madam Speaker, first of all, I would like to express my gratitude and deep appreciation to large number of honourable members who have participated in this almost 10-hour-long discussions with half an hour break. Of course, punctuated by occasional interruptions from that side or this side, but the debate has been lively. Various points have been covered. My distinguished colleague Kapil Sibalji, Shashi Tharoorji, even mover of the bill, Sri Narayan Swamiji, who are moving the bill for consideration, highlighted large number of issues. I would not like to repeat those issues. I would like to concentrate on some of the points which have been referred to and which have been highlighted, that why government is in undue haste. Various phrases have been used. हड़बड़ी से क्यों बिल ले रहा है? Why jalbaji? Most respectfully, I would like to submit that for the last 6 months, from April onwards, we are debating this issue inside the House. Country is agitating and debating this issue outside this House. 5th of April, Sri Anna Hazare started first. Thereafter, Prime Minister thought, and correctly so, that let us enter into a dialogue with the representatives of the civil societies. We entered into a dialogue. Representatives of the civil societies, 5 persons including Sri Anna Hazare, were nominated by him to represent their side. 2, from the government side, Prime Minister nominated 5 ministers including me to represent the government sides. And from 15th of April till end of May, we had 9 rounds of discussions. On 31st May, I wrote, as chairperson of that joint drafting committee, to 25 chief ministers, major political parties, and we received their responses. We are told today that why didn't you call all political parties meeting before you took the decision to enter into dialogue with civil society? And some of the responses which we have received, for instance, President of the Principal Opposition Party wrote to me, Sri Nitin Gadkari, in his letter on 2nd June 2011, I quote, expecting political parties to give their views to a drafting committee comprising of civil society representatives for acceptance or otherwise would be upsetting the constitutional propriety where parties, parliamentarians and the parliament have the last word. They are the decision makers and not suggestion givers. Correctly. They are the decision makers, not giving the suggestion givers. That's why we again came to Parliament. We drafted the bill. 2010 bill was there. We again came to Parliament. 3rd July we called all-party meeting. We received the mandate from the all-party meeting that you bring the legislations. I am not referring to other political parties. Some of them said that we will not respond because there is no representative of us. Some of the political parties leader wrote to us that why should we respond to when you are having entering talk with the civil society representatives. The short point which I am trying to drive at, there is a long history of the last 6 months from April till December. Then again we call the meeting on 3rd July of all political parties. There the mandate we received, you bring a bill. A bill was brought, but the civil society agitation went on. They fixed the date, and sometimes I find really contradictory positions taken by representatives of the political party, shouting at the topmost voice on the floor of this house, only Parliament is the authority to legislate, and rightly so. It is our domain, but sometimes I find difficult to reconcile it when I find the representatives of the same political party representative joining the Dharna Manch and supporting the civil society agitation. And I expect that the behavior of ours, there should be some consistency. I do not find anything wrong in entering into dialogue with the civil society representatives. I do not find anything wrong of joining their Dharna Manch. But at the same time, I cannot claim exclusivity that only we should do it, nobody else should do it. Therefore, what happened, I am just recapitulating to refresh our memory. That thereafter again, when we are told that you are to pass this bill by 15th August, if it is not, then again we will start agitation. Prime Minister from the rampart of Red Fort appealed to Sri Anna Hazare that Parliament is seized of the matter. We are trying to work out. Don't go for fasting. It was not listened to. Then again agitation started. On 24th August we had the meeting. Again all political parties meeting took place on 24th August. 27th August, what was drafted by me what was articulated by me as the wish of the House. It was not my own draft. It was the collective draft by the important leaders of the political parties, along with me and my colleagues, which at the end of the day-long debate, we articulated it. That what were these? Because these were the 3 demands. These demands were articulated by Sri Anna Hazare and his supporters, that we can withdraw fast. We can give up fast, we can withdraw agitation, suspend agitation, provided if you agree. A, to bring Lokpal Lokayukta together. B, Citizens' Charter. C, bring lower bureaucracy under the purview of the Lokpal. And we articulated it, that part with appropriate mechanism. And we took an unprecedented step just to accommodate the sentiments of the representatives of the civil society, representatives of the civil society, that we requested the Speaker and Chairman of the other House, that the entire proceedings of today's debate of both the Houses be forwarded to the Standing Committee for their perusal before they come to the conclusions and make recommendations for the bill which we have referred to them as per the practice. Standing committee considered, report is there, how many meetings they had, how many witnesses they examined, what evidences they have recorded. All these are in the report of the Standing Committee. I am not going into that aspect. On the 6th of December, when the report was placed before the Lok Sabha, and after that, as per the practice, we thought that we should formulate, and again another meeting was called by the Prime Minister to have a discussions on the recommendations of the Standing Committee and the demand, because agitation was going on. Even the draft bill which we placed before the House, publicly it was burned. Threats of agitation continued. It is not under duress, it is not under threat. But we wanted to have an effective, strong anti-corruption legislation in the form of the Lokpal Bill, in creating an ombudsman type organization which will be independent and which will examine corruption at high places. Therefore, various suggestions, inputs which were available to us, we examined it and we shared it with the last all-party meeting where Prime Minister appealed, and all these issues, including the reservations for selection of Lokpal and in the body of the Lokpal for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, OBC, women and minorities were suggested. Nothing has come out of hat of a magician. At some point of time, from some sections of the House or some sections of the political establishment, the suggestions have come, and it was our efforts to incorporate as many suggestions as possible in the text of the bill and to provide a bill in this session of the House, because we wanted to convey the message that yes, it is high time we should take the action. What we have provided, I would just like to take, Madam Speaker, only some of the salient points of the legislation which we have indicated in this bill. As I mentioned on the 14th December meeting, all 10 items we discussed, inclusion of PM within jurisdiction of Lokpal with subject exclusions and safeguards, special safeguards, inclusion of lower bureaucracy under Lokpal, inclusion of NGOs, trusts, corporate houses, control over CBI by Lokpal or own independent investigating wing, prosecution wing of Lokpal, higher judiciary, inclusion of citizen charter and public grievances in Lokpal, Lokayuks for the states within Lokpal legislation, powers of phone tapping of Lokpal, accountability of Lokpal, reservations for SC, ST, minorities, etc.